I always say now that you are on purpose. You know, you don't have to find it. You are the purpose. Instead of finding your purpose, find guidance, find help, find ways to move yourself closer into truly standing into your purpose.
I clean up like hands and soap. Get a meat, let it drag on the floor. It's a nine in the bed that I told. Working hard, we ain't having no hope.
Hello, beautiful people. What is up? What it do? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Kaice, and if you are new, please take 1 second, go down below, hit that subscribe button, and click that little bell button so you don't miss when I post a new video. All right, so I just got out the shower, and I have on a bonnet because I did a twist out. Well, I didn't do the out part yet, but I twisted my hair last night. Didn't film it for YouTube, but if you follow me on Instagram, I did go on live last night just showing how I twisted my hair. This is my first twist out since I cut my hair, and I used the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Referral Oil Intensive Hydration Twist Defining Custard. This is Bae. Okay, this has been like my go-to custard for twist outs since the beginning of time. And I did blow dry my hair first, so yeah. I know you're gonna ask me about the hair, but just did a blowout and then twisted it with the Shea Moisture cream. I'm about to do my makeup because I have a few things I have to film, but I figured I would talk to you guys a little bit about something that I've been wanting to talk about, but again, just like my previous little chit chat video that I did announcing my hair and my lock journey, I didn't really know how to approach this topic because again, it's something really different from what I'm used to doing on my channel, but it's something that I have really been focusing on this year specifically. If you've been following me for a while and you've been following my like chit chats that I've been doing literally since like 2018, then you know that I went on this quest to find myself, quote unquote. It's more so just remembering who I am. It's like just going deeper into my childhood and into my personal life to really figure out what makes me happy and what I want to do moving forward. And I feel like this year has really come full circle for me when it comes to figuring that type of stuff out. I've gotten new direction on what I want to do in my personal life. I've gotten better direction on what I want to do in my career. And I just want to help you guys, if you're in a position where you're trying to like figure out what you want to do. You guys know I'm really big on self-care, but self-care goes deeper than the products and the wine and the trips and the food and all the great stuff. I feel like self-care also requires like a deeper look at spirit. And before we even get into this video, I don't care what religion you identify with. Hopefully these tips that have helped me in my own journey can help you. I feel like these are overarching general tips that can go for anyone who believes in anything. I feel like faith in general is big in life, and it doesn't matter who you call, you know, your God, or no matter what you believe in or what you go to for faith and for trust, these tips are meant for everybody. So if you are on the road to becoming your highest self or connecting to spirit, whatever you believe in, I want to tell you guys some things that help me. And if you see me looking down, I do have literally like a whole list of stuff on my phone because that is how I organize my thoughts. So yeah. Also, like I said, gonna be doing my makeup. We're not talking about products today. I just recently did a chit chat, get ready with me, where I did talk about products. So if you want to talk about products and you want to see some things that I've been using recently, check out that video. I may call out a few new things, but overall, mostly the same products. Again, I've already moisturized. No, I haven't. I've already cleansed and toned my skin and stuff, so I'm gonna moisturize now. Moisturize and prime with Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Of course, my skin has just been doing me right recently, like girl. And I don't give all the credit to the products. I give a lot of the credit to where I am mentally in my life. It just shows through the skin, you know? Okay, so when it comes to this topic, before we even get into the tips, I know I always do like a long preface, but I'm actually, despite how it probably comes off on the internet, because I don't know if you guys are into astrology or not, but I am a Sagittarius rising, so my image comes off as though I'm really bubbly and extroverted and just happy and like outgoing, and I am. I'm not saying that I'm not, because I definitely am, but I have a very sensitive side to me. I also have a side to me that is like very introverted at some points. Wow, I just messed up my whole brow. And so talking about stuff like this that is a little bit personal is not really easy for me to do, especially on the internet, especially when this is not stuff that y'all are used to hearing me talk about. But I see the value in what I share, and I see how when I do open up and I do share these type of things with you guys, you appreciate it and you you know, are inspired by it. So that's why we're here. That being said, no negative talk is allowed in the comments because, like I said, this is a video that's meant for everybody. It's not meant to bash anybody. It's not meant to, you know, make you think differently. Well, it is meant to make you think differently. It's meant to test your thinking and to shift your perspective, but it's not meant to be forced onto you. I just want to share, you know, how I see things and my perspective, and hopefully that can help with you forming your own truth. It's really so fulfilling when I can grow and then I can report back to you guys what helped me grow, and then that is a reflection of your growth. Like, that is me truly walking in my purpose, I feel like, which we'll get into purpose later on, but you know, that's what I'm here to do, and that's what I want to continue to do, and that requires me to show up fully and to express myself fully. So that's what we're doing. All right, so my first tip is to trust your own journey, and that really goes for anything in life, not just your spiritual or your religious journey. I don't know how obvious this is, but like, I am a brand and so my brand is a reflection of myself. It's a reflection of what I believe. It's a reflection of the way that I like to do things, and I don't feel like everyone has a very deep connection with their personal brand the way that I do. Some people don't even care to have a meaning when it comes to their brand, which I don't think is smart. But again, I recognize that everybody's ways of doing things are different. But with that being said, it's very important for you to protect yourself and your beliefs, because it's not fair for you to look at other people and expect other people to tell you how to live your life. People will make you feel like they know the best path for you, and that's just not true. I don't know how many of you saw my chit chat that I did back in like July, but that's the first time that I spoke about my interest in human design. And human design is, every time I try to explain to people what it is, I get stuck. Because it's not really a spiritual thing. I think that it requires you to believe in something higher than yourself, but it's not necessarily like a spirituality modality or a religion. It's literally science to me. And I got a lot of backlash on that because people were calling me demonic and saying that following or being curious in human design was anti-Christ and all this extra stuff. And honestly, like I said, I feel like everybody on this earth is entitled to what they believe and entitled to their own truth. I believe many truths can be true at one time, which might sound crazy, but that's just what I think. And so one thing I personally will never do is talk down on someone else and, you know, the way that they choose to connect to source or connect to themselves, because I personally think that everybody is going to have their own way of connecting to self, because everybody's different. And if human design or astrology or whatever it is helps you get closer to yourself, I don't see it as a problem. I don't think that it's demonic. But the whole point of me sharing all that is it took a lot for me to like quiet that noise and to just keep following through with it. And I've seen so much progress in myself really being able to dive into it without the fear of like what people are gonna say or what people are gonna think, or holding on to the fears that people put onto me because of what they believe to be true about it. And you know, many of you guys have seen the growth that has happened in just this 1 year, and I can contribute, I mean not contribute, I've been using the wrong word sometimes. I can definitely give human design most of the credit for that growth. And I'll probably like go deeper into what human design is in a different video. But point is, stay true to yourself and don't be afraid to hold your own truth, especially if you feel connected to it and you feel like it's helping you. No one else can really tell you what's right or wrong for you. Even if it's coming from a good place, sometimes that noise can distract you, you know, from doing what's best for you. And you're not going to reach your highest self if you're constantly worrying about what people are gonna say or what they think. Next thing is to be very, 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 very picky about your environment. Your environment includes places, people, everything. Although I stress the importance of trusting yourself, not everyone has bad intentions for you. And it's really important to acknowledge that, you know? But the people that truly have your best interest at heart, they're not going to try to rob you of your journey by instilling fear into you or by deterring you, by trying to convince you to do things that are not good for you. They're gonna support you, they're gonna encourage you. They may give you input that might possibly oppose what you think, but that's where discernment comes in. That's where you have to listen and be like, okay, is this something that I resonate with? Or is it something that I don't resonate with? And from there, you can decide to take their advice or not. But you don't want to be around people that are going to be like, oh, well, you're not going to listen to me, you're not going to take my advice, then you're this or you're that, or, you know, try to make you feel less than because you're not trying to follow what they think. I feel like my beliefs and even the way that I do things in life, with me, you know, being an entrepreneur so young and moving away from home and everything, it's very different from what traditionally in my family people have done. I'm like the first business owner, at least like on my mom's side of the family. So I didn't really have anybody to learn from when it comes to developing this for myself. And I do have other entrepreneurs in my family, but they don't do the type of things that I do. Like, influencing is a very unique type of business or job to have. And so I really had to trust myself above everyone else. Again, like I mentioned earlier, but I'm grateful that I have friends and family who, you know, support me through all my decisions, even if they don't necessarily agree, or even if they feel like it's not something that they would do. You know, it's so important to have people like that in your life. And maybe you do have people that are going to disagree with you and that you love and that you're close to. Maybe you just have to be able to not discuss those type of things with them, so that way you don't have to feel the heat from that. And if they don't want to associate with you because you don't want to listen to them, they gotta go. Anyone that you call yourself close to should have a significant role in your life. I have 2 friends that I'm like this with, that I can go to at any time for anything. They know who they are. I have other friends outside of that who I may not necessarily go to for everything, but you know, I have them there. And I also feel like everyone should have someone who calls them a priority, you know, someone that you know is going to be there when you need them. And that is without placing like weird expectations on people to like drop everything for you. But you know what I mean? You want to have a sense of security with your relationships. And you know, like, you know who your people are if you truly listen to yourself and how you feel when you're around them. You have to be able to feel into the energy around you, because it will let you know like, red flag. And red flags don't just go relationships, okay? They go for friendships, family, like everything. If you listen to your body, it will tell you like, nah. And some people are only in your life for a season, and you have to be able to let them go as well. You have to be able to be discerning about the relationships that you hold on to, the ones that you let go, the ones that you fight for, the ones that you don't fight for, because all that energy that you're giving to other people could be draining you of your own energy, which is not something that you want. And all relationships require a certain level of energy output, but it shouldn't feel consistently draining, you know? And it's also very easy to mistake people for something that they aren't. And you have to also be able to be discerning and be like, okay, at this point, I thought this person was like this, but they're not. So let me change course and, you know, let them go if need be. Some people may even be so affected by you. If you're in a good place, they may come into your life and literally like fix themselves just so that they can be a part of your life, which it's rare, but it happens. And again, you have to be discerning about timing and be like, okay, give people time to like get their ish together. But if it doesn't happen in a certain amount of time, or if you're noticing that there's like a little bit of growth and then 10 steps back and then a little bit of growth and then 10 steps back, that's another example of when you have to let that go. For me personally, I feel like I kind of radiate that kind of energy where people will literally come into my life one way. I, you know, start talking to them or messing with them or whatever the case is, and they will literally, it's almost like I act as a mirror for some people to be like, oh, I need to change that, or oh, I need to change this. And that's kind of a hard role to have sometimes, especially when you're still young and trying to figure out life for yourself. But at the same time, like, it's so powerful. And if you have that effect on people, it's good to continue to nurture those relationships, because those are people that are actually willing to grow and they saw that reflection because of you. Your highest self knows the kind of people that it needs around, you know? So start cultivating those type of relationships now. Before we get into the next tip, I want to share something. These Dr. Barbara glow drops, Dr. Barbara Sturm glow drops. I wish I would have showed this before the Sephora sale ended, because they're not cheap. They are so good. Like, I don't know when this video is going up. I do have content going up on Instagram using these, but they basically help to just add like glow to your skin. I like to mix them with my Kaice tinted face oil. Y'all already know, like, this is like one of my top fave foundations. But I just put the foundation on first, and then, oh, I just dropped foundation on my pants. That's cute. That's what I get for trying to be fancy with the dropper. But yeah, I put the foundation on, and then I just add a few of the glow drops. Maybe I should get my foundation brush before this runs down my neck. My Artiste brush. And I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is because I've read what's in it, but it just helps to smooth your pores even more. It has like these light reflecting pigments in it that help to make your skin look more radiant. It's bomb. Like it blew my mind. I thought it was gonna be like a gimmick at first. I've used it a few times and it's so good. And it can be used also by itself. If you don't want to put on makeup, you can mix it in with like your moisturizer, and it helps with your pores and brightening your complexion and all that stuff. Plus it's an anti-aging serum, so it helps with your skin overall and over time. Do y'all see this? Y'all see this glow? Like, look at this side. I mean, my skin looks great, so yeah, but look at this side. Okay, nothing. What the heck is this? I think this is just moisturizer. Look at this side with nothing on it, and then this side with the glow. Like, it's actually mind-blowing. So definitely check out these drops. I'm gonna actually link these below for you guys if you want to check them out. But yeah, okay, so tip number 3, do not sweep your negative thoughts or traumas or any of that under the rug. You have to be able to face them. You have to be willing to face them. Yes, it's very hard and it can feel very dark, but how can you expect to grow if you never face the shadow side of you that's causing you to not grow, or that's keeping you stagnant, or that's causing you to stay in situations or continue habits that are not healthy for you? I mean, in the spiritual world, they call it shadow work, but I think a lot of people are like afraid of the word spiritual or like spiritual journey because they think that the shadow work or just addressing like the darker side of yourself is like facing or addressing demons. And I mean, it kind of is. You know how sometimes people be like, yeah, I'm facing my demons, or I'm trying to fight my demons. You don't necessarily have to call it demons, but yeah, it's the darker side of you. Everyone has a light side and everyone has a dark side. And if you're not willing to face those characteristics that may fall in the darker side, you're never going to be able to release them. You have to be able to address them. And trust me, it is very scary. I mean, in society, we make it seem like you can't have a darker side, or you're not supposed to address that side. You're supposed to pretend like life is love and life is light. Like, it is, but it's also not. You cannot have lightness without darkness. You cannot have day without night. Trust me, your highest self doesn't want that extra weight from traumas, from negative self-talk, from any of that stuff. Your higher self wants to let all that go. And if you're carrying it in a bag that you're pretending like you're not carrying, you're always going to have the effects of those things and feelings and traumas weighing in on what you're trying to do in the future. And it's not fair to your highest self to do that to yourself, because your highest self wants peace, it wants happiness, and so you got to be able to address the negative stuff. So like I was saying, like a lot of people are like afraid to have a spiritual awakening because they feel like they're gonna see demons, but they aren't really demons. It's more so just like facing your traumatized self, which can look and seem like a demon because it's trauma, and it's very hard to face that. And don't get me wrong, I definitely feel like bad spirits exist, and there are bad things out there that can try to deter you from your religion or deter you from what you believe and make you do things that aren't in alignment with, you know, your highest self or whoever your God is. But that's why you keep God or the universe or whatever your highest power is at the center and your focus at all times. When God or the universe, or like I said, whatever you call, you know, higher power is your focus at all times, bad spirits literally gravitate away from you. And that could be spirits that you can't see, and that can also be people, you know what I mean? And it's not to say that bad things can't happen to good people, or bad things can't happen to people that believe in higher power, because bad things can happen to anyone. But in terms of keeping bad spirits away from your own spirit and not letting things inside of you that don't align with who you are and where you're going, you can absolutely control that. But it takes a lot of responsibility and dedication to keeping higher power at your focus. And that's why I commend anyone who believes in anything higher than themselves. Like I said, I really don't care what you call it or how you see it, because that focus keeps you centered. And even if you think that you are God, you know, some people believe that. Like I said, if you're keeping that faith, your focus at all times, it's much less likely for you to get caught up in bad spirits. You have to be discerning about what you, again, allow in your space, just like your environment. Some people find themselves caught up in bad spirits or demons or whatever, because they're not being discerning about the type of information that they are consuming. And I think that's a very individual thing. Like I said, you know what's right for you and what's not. This next tip may be a little controversial, but I think it's so important to stay open and stay inspired and allow your perspectives to shift throughout life. I personally feel, this is a personal feeling, this is an opinion, not a fact. I personally feel like there's no one book or just one thing or just one religion or just one higher power that's going to work for everyone. Just like there's tons of different people that believe in tons of different things. There's, like I said, Christians, there's Muslims, there's Buddhists, there's all types of people that believe in different things or call it different things. And that doesn't make any one person better than the other. Not one thing has the answers. It's just not, it just doesn't. Because like really ask yourself, like what are the answers? Like there is no one answer to anything. We can study science, we can study spirituality, we can study religion, we can study anything, but there is just no one answer. We're all looking for different things on this earth. We're all seeking different truths. We're all trying to accomplish different things. We're all here to walk our own journey and to walk our own path. It just hurts my heart when I see people talk down on people that don't believe in the same thing as them. I personally feel like I can click with anybody whose characteristics and whose beliefs align with mine, even if we call it different things. Now, if we don't agree on something like racism or something like, I don't know, certain politics and things like that, then I can't really mess with you. I think it's so important to just be open to hearing what people think and to understand other people's truths, and then be discerning and use your own discernment to decide what resonates with you and what doesn't. You can decide what you want to be a part of and what you don't want to. You don't have to, again, talk down on somebody because they don't believe the same thing you do. In just about every spiritual or religious text, there's emphasis on free will. Don't move towards something that doesn't feel right for you. Just be smart, you know? It's your journey. You can decide how you want to maneuver through it. You can believe one thing one day and then read something or discover something and change your perspective a little bit and, you know, move in different directions when you discover new things. But I feel like there's a lot of people who are just so stuck on thinking things can only be done one way, and we have to move away from that. Not only for our own personal sanity, because I feel like it's so detrimental to yourself to stay closed-minded. And again, I think it's very important for you to protect your own truth, but at the same time, I think it's just as important to at least be open to hearing someone else's perspective. Because again, your thoughts and your perspectives might change and you might resonate with something that actually helps you grow, you know? And trust me, like when it comes to discovering yourself and discovering things that resonate with you, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna mess up, you're gonna maybe say you believe something and then change your mind the next day and people are gonna be like, what the heck? I mean, look at me, even something as surface level as me saying I'm gonna go on a natural hair journey and then changing my mind, you know? It's okay, like it's totally okay to think something or think of something one way and to change your perspective another. It's okay. Like I give you permission, Kaice, Aaliyah gives you permission to change your perspectives as you grow and you evolve and you experience new things. The good people on this earth are all, like I said, just trying to be our best selves. And so you might as well explore as much as you can along the way. Plus you'll get so much wisdom by being open to everything. You'll, like I said, you'll hold truth in some things. You'll look at other things and say, I don't agree with that, or I don't mess with that. And you'll just absorb so much knowledge, even if you come across things that you don't agree with. All right, my last tip number 5 is to stop focusing so much on finding your purpose. This is very hypocritical for me. Literally, again, like I just mentioned, a few years ago, back in 2018, that was my focus. That was my goal, was to find my purpose. Now, fast forward a few years in 2021, you know, exploring new things, discovering new things, finding truth in new things has helped me realize that it's not really about finding your purpose. Your purpose is not something that you find. I always say now that you are on purpose. You know, you don't have to find it. You are the purpose. Instead of finding your purpose, find guidance, find help, find ways to move yourself closer into truly standing into your purpose. I'm out here inspiring people all day, every day, just by trusting myself and trusting that what I have to say is important, because sometimes I feel like it's not. No one would know what I believed in if I never came on and said something. Your purpose is meant to be expressed in many different ways. It's not something that you do. It's not something that you achieve. It's not a job or career or anything. It's your purpose is an expression. I think that everyone deep down in their heart, they know why they're here. You know, we all know why we're here. We just go through things in life that make us forget. We experience people and we experience things and we're told things that make us feel like what we feel in our heart is not right, or it's not sustainable, or you can't make a living off of it, you know? We have to move away from tying our worth and tying our quote unquote purpose to a job or to a career or to something that we do. Your purpose is something that you are. You have to go back to yourself. Stop listening to the noise, like I've said like 10 times in this video. And the more you can quiet the noise and truly get back to you and what you believe, your purpose will literally reveal itself to you. As long as you're trusting yourself, I think that we're all already equipped with everything that we need to live in our truth and to live as our highest self. I think that's just a birthright. I think that's just what God or the universe, or like I said, whoever you believe in, when they created you with purpose. And it's there, it's in you. You don't have to go looking for it. You don't have to prove it to anybody. You don't have to get the highest SAT score. You don't have to get straight A's. You don't have to get the highest paying job to prove your purpose to anyone. And that's another thing. I feel like a lot of people feel the need to prove to other people that they have found their purpose or that they found the thing, you know? And that's just not, it's just not it. We walk in our purpose naturally when we embrace that we are on purpose. Recently, with me like doing some reevaluation on how I feel about purpose, I have like looked back at my journey to where I am now, and I have realized that I've been living and walking in my purpose my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been able to trust myself. I've been able to make moves that I think are best for me. I've been able to, again, inspire people by just being myself, you know? And before, I truly didn't see the value in that. I felt like because I didn't have like, I don't know, financial proof or like a title to put on it, that it wasn't enough or wasn't good enough, you know? And this is even before me getting really big on YouTube. This is when I first started my YouTube channel, you know? This is even before that. But it all starts with knowing and understanding yourself. And you can be quote unquote spiritual without necessarily doing all the cliche like crystals and like meditation and all that extra stuff. I mean, meditation is not extra. I like meditating, but my point is going back to and connecting to yourself and your spirit doesn't have to look a certain way. It can be done in whatever way feels right for you. Human design is something that really just gave me confirmation of who I am and what I do and how it's powerful, even if it's a little bit different. If I had to put a sentence to my purpose, I would say my purpose really is just being an inspiration for other people. And don't get me wrong, anybody can be an inspiration, but I have a very specific way that I inspire people. I inspire people by changing their perspective. I inspire people by showing them a new way of doing things. I inspire people by encouraging people to trust themselves. And that purpose is expressed in many ways. It's expressed through, you know, me doing whatever I want with my hair. It's expressed through me trusting myself through my career. It's expressed through doing things in unconventional ways just to show that it can be done, you know? You don't have to prove anything to anybody for your purpose to be valid. The right people are going to see it when they need to see it. And some people are not meant to be seen on such a large scale. Like that's something else that human design has showed me. Just with me, like, diving into other people's charts and understanding it a little bit more. Some people are literally meant to be extremely impactful in their own circle, and that's it. And some people are like constantly fighting to like be seen and to like do so much, and that might not even be right for them. You know what I'm saying? They're doing that because society makes it look like that's what you should do. You're supposed to be seen, you're supposed to be famous, you're supposed to have a lot of money. Like that's not what is meant for everyone. And you cannot let yourself get caught up in trying to do what society says is right, because most likely it is not even in alignment with who you're supposed to be. This mascara is so bomb. Like, what the hell? I'm gonna link this down below too. This is the Lawless the One and Done mascara. This is my favorite mascara now. Yeah, I said it. It's so good and it's clean. So it's like, oh my God. I'm never getting lash extensions ever again. Not that I needed them, but yeah, point being, stop trying to find your purpose, because you already know what it is. You already know what lights you up. And if you don't, get out there and start exploring, you know? I would not have known that I liked beauty and makeup and stuff if I hadn't tried it out, or if I hadn't exposed myself to people that were doing it. And that takes me back to my point earlier of being open and being willing to change your perspectives, because that's really how you're going to evolve. You cannot keep yourself closed into one specific belief or to one specific way of doing things, because you're never going to actually find what connects with you if you're constantly doing things based off of what other people are telling you is right. I literally wear the same lip combo every day. Maybe I'll put on pink since I'm wearing this pink shirt. That would be cute, right? I really like this lip, what is it called? Dior Addict Stellar Lip Gloss by Dior. It's like so good. I have darker lips naturally, and this lip gloss color, focus, perfect. This lip gloss color, it still shows up so well on my lips. And it's a gloss, like it's not even a lipstick. And because my lips are a little bit darker, it makes the pink look darker. So it's not like a super hot pink the way that it looks in the thing. I still put on a brown lip liner just so that it don't look crazy on my lips. Did I do everything? I think I did everything. Definitely gonna use my Bread Beauty Supply hair oil to take out my twists. And I just did flat twists again. So I have 3 in the front, a few over here. I think the back looks a mess, but I'm gonna put a little bit on my fingertips. I like to put it on my fingertips only because it makes no sense to put it on the palm of my hands when the palm of my hands is not even gonna be touching my twist. So I'm just gonna, I have a lot on my hands, so I'm gonna rub it on. And oh my God, I love the way this hair oil smells too. Like I also use it as like a hair perfume because it just smells so good. We have definition, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm gonna take my pick and just fluff a little bit. I don't want to fluff too much because I don't want to lose definition. Probably should have did more twists in the back, but it's all good. I think it came out super cute, super bouncy. I just love this shape. I actually can't wait to see how my locks look in this shape. It's probably gonna look more like my wash and go, but I get to enjoy this for another month. So I'm gonna put the link to the products that I actually mentioned down below. Give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed Chit Chat Get Ready with me's. Oh, I just can't stop touching it. It's the volume for me. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel if you're not already. Also, if you want to see more spirituality content from me, definitely follow my Instagram, Aligned in My Design. It's all about human design. If you're interested in getting your human design chart, which you should be because it's lit, definitely check out the link down below. I'm going to put a link to a website where you can put in your birth information and get your human design chart. And then you can go to my Aligned in My Design page to like learn all about it because I put a lot of resources and stuff on there. I plan on opening up a little bit more about this side of me because I feel like I've always been kind of a spiritual gal, I guess. I just never called it that. Sometimes people are just so quick to judge, you know, and that was one of the main things I wanted to like express in this video, is how I really think that we need to just let people believe what they believe, because this real world out here, like, I don't know what the hell is going on, okay? So we gotta make sure we have our inner self in check. And I just wanna encourage you guys to do that however you see fit. So hopefully I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.
They say much they thought I was shy. I took off and went straight to the top. They can't fit me, a nigga too high. You need to stop living a lie. You know we keep stick like the shot. I know I be rich before I die. They won't respect you till you try.